Anyways, why are you always making stuff sound bad? I make stuff sound bad so that you guys will stay and laugh with me, you know? Like, imagine if I went on stream and I talked to you guys about my day and it was good, right? Don't you guys think that you guys would literally be so sad? Be like,
oh, well, today I got fired and Anna Alouette just found $1,000 bill on the floor.
like, would you guys feel good? You know, like, it's, if you think about it, like, if I were to, guys, today I woke up and I had a luxurious, like, okay, well, this might not be the same case for everyone, but when I talk to my friends and I ask them, like, hey, how was your day or how's your week? And they say something like, oh my god, my week was so good. Like, I woke up and literally the sun was shining and the roads were sparkling. And like, I went to the bathroom and my skin has been so good lately. It's been so slippery and smooth and like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna continue doing it because I have never looked this good. And oh my gosh, like the breakfast that I had this morning was amazing. Like avocado on toast with the most silkiest, tastiest egg that you'll ever have. Like, if I had to sit down and listen to somebody talk about how great their life is, I literally would just, I would choke them. Okay? I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm just really bitter and, you know, I hate life and everything and I'm miserable and depressed, but, you know, I feel like, you know, don't you guys kind of feel like that? Not like, maybe not as strong as I do, but don't you guys kind of feel that way just sometime, you know, like you kind of know that they're not purposely flexing, but you know, that's also annoying. Like when people don't know that they're flexing, it adds to it, you know? It, like, if they knew they were flexing, then I'd be like, oh, you're an asshole. But if you don't know that you're flexing and you're flexing, then it just, man, that's more difficult. That's just like, you know, what do I say? There's not much to say. Like, I can't blame you. I can't really, like, be like, oh my god, Steph flexing, because then you'll actually feel bad because you don't know that you're flexing. It just, you know, like, and I don't want to make you feel bad, but I do. But then that makes me feel bad. I just want you to feel bad without me feeling bad. But because I feel bad for making you feel bad, that makes me feel even worse. Now I'm confused. I don't really know where I'm going with that. But do you guys know what I mean? Like it just, you know? So you are never gonna share a happy story? Okay, no. Obviously, I've had like really, really happy stories. I just tell you guys what I see from my perspective. Okay, like if something really nice happens, I'll tell you guys. And if something really, well, not bad happened, but if something like funny or like just kind of annoying happens, I tend to tell you guys that first, because I just like, I guess that's just like how I talk. Like I just I feel like for me, I have to cough. For me, if I had to tell a story, oh, much better. Okay, the negativity is setting in. There we go, I'm saved. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is, I guess, like, talking about something that's, like, I guess, talking about a story that's quote-unquote bad, or just, like, making it seem more dramatic. Making something that's kind of dramatic, but, like, kind of, like, upgrading it a little bit. That's just easier to do, you know? You can't really upgrade something that's just nice, you know? Like, having good weather, like, how do you upgrade, like, oh my god, the sun is so beautiful, and it's sparkling, and it's so hot, and I love it. But then, like, you know, if you kind of turn it around, like, oh my fucking god, the sun is so fucking hot, it's beautiful, but it's so fucking hot, like, I'm gonna melt into pieces. Personally, for me, it's more easier. You know, I'm sure there's some people who can do the opposite and make it sound really pleasant and nice, but for me, it's just so much easier just to be like, oh my fucking god, why is the sun out? Again, 42 degrees. Why don't you just make it 60 and just end us all? You know, it's just easier for me to think like that. Again, it's because I am a terrible person and I'm a bitch. But, you know, that's just my style, you know? Even though it's actually, even though it's like something that's not too bad, obviously, it just kind of like bothers me and it's not like on my mind constantly. I'll just like, mention it because that's just how I do things, you know? And over here dancing that line of sweetness and darkness. Yeah! You're our lovely itch? What does that mean? It's easier to be toxic. Yes, I agree. Okay, well, at least I know I'm toxic. Okay, guys? At least I know. You know what sort of toxic... Oh, sorry. You know what sort of toxicity, like, actually scares me? It's positive toxicity. Positive toxicity scares the shit out of me. Because it's like, how the fuck am I gonna tell you that, being positive is actually hurting you or someone else? Like, how will I bring myself to say that to your face? Hey, maybe you shouldn't encourage this person all the time because I think you need to give them a bitch slap so that they snap out of whatever they're doing and just, like, get over it, you know? Because sometimes, like, that is the way to go. I'm not saying it applies to all times, but sometimes if somebody is overly optimistic to the point where you're kind of just like soothing out any amount of pain, even though it's just a little bit, like to soothe out something because you can't face the truth, that's not really helping, you know? Like, if you can't face the truth, I get it, but to like smooth it out and like say that it's okay or like to kind of encourage it, I don't know. I don't really see that as something that's really beneficial or really good, to be honest. So, delusions, I wouldn't go as far to call it a delusion, and I'm sure some people know, but I just think like for the people who don't know, it's a little like concerning, you know. I've had some friends who like are very optimistic, but it's like it's sort of like this. It's like, for example, a good analogy would be like they're in a fire and it's surrounding them and they're just like, oh yeah, everything's going to be okay, we just have to stay calm, we just gotta wait for the fire people to come, and like, no no, you're not okay, and you need to see that there's fire everywhere. And by the time the fire people come, you will be burned to little crisps. So, you could try to save yourself. Or you can just pretend everything is gonna be okay and die. Okay? So, that's what I'm afraid of. But I guess that's the best way I can put it. I'm not really sure how to, like, explain it, but... sometimes it's a little bit better... Sometimes it's a little bit better for me to... Well, no, sorry. Sometimes it's a little harder for me to go to somebody and be like, oh, you need to face the truth. Like, this isn't the way to go, man. It's hard because they're being so positive about it that, like, it's hard to kind of bring them back to reality because you feel like you're kind of like giving them the bad news or something. Even though I'm sure deep down they know and they're just avoiding it. Like, you feel like a bad person for, like, reminding them, I guess. But, it also depends on the situation. Sometimes it's just a person... Well, I'm not really saying that, like, people who are positive are bad. I love positive people. If you, like, look around my closest friend groups, like Millie, Petra, Reimu... Buchan, Alban, Mesta. If you see them, they're all pretty positive. They're very like, well, if you look at the entire EN group, they're all pretty positive. If I had to choose somebody who was negative, I think it would probably just be me. Oh shit. Oh yeah, that's kind of true. Who else is negative in this? Oh, well, who's? Oh shit, is it really just me? Oh well, fuck.